Hey girl, what it do? Oh, yeah. What's up? Haven't done one of these in a long time, or a while at least. Just figured I had about 25 minutes to kill before I gotta go, so here I am. There's no Christ. Jesus Christ is not the Son of God, little known fact. What? Why are you looking at me? Somebody say something. Somebody say something. I know you guys are there. Not much point in a Q&A if no one asks me questions, right? Hey, Mason Reyes, what's going on? Good, glad to hear it. Yeah, I had a good amount of work to do today, and I still have some work to do, which is why I got to leave at 5. But yeah, I'm actually pretty sweaty. But I had a break, and I figured I haven't done one of these in a while, so Q&A I felt was warranted. Although I basically just get asked the same 5 questions over and over whenever I do one of these. What's your favorite Godzilla movie? What's your favorite Power Rangers team? These days, most of my hobby energy is going to tabletop gaming. I just got a new Rick and Morty tabletop game, Total Recall. I just got a bunch of the stuff to play the My Little Pony tabletop role-playing game. My friend KeoCat really wanted to play it, and I've been itching for a new system anyways, so I bought it. What else? I wrote this long campaign for Call of Cthulhu. I'm not even finished with it yet, but I really want to start that because I'm kind of sick of playing Dungeons and Dragons. I want to play something else. I want to play Vampire the Masquerade. I want to play Hollow Earth Expedition, Call of Cthulhu, Tales of Equestria. I want to play something other than Dungeons and Dragons. Have you seen the debate where a fly landed on Mike Pence's hair? It was hilarious. Yeah, I saw it. Yep, no matter who wins, our country's dead. No matter who wins, our country's dead. Our country can't survive 4 more years of Trump. And if Joe Biden's elected, the right's going to claim it was an illegitimate election, and there's going to be straight up violence in the street. So we're fucked either way. Fucked either way. Our country deserves to die. Yeah, I'm down in the dumps because I can't afford my medications anymore. No bipolar medication, no sleeping pills, no depression medication because I lost my damn insurance. So I am down in the dumps like all the damn time, which is probably one reason I've been so into TTRPGs recently, because I don't have to be myself for one goddamn second. Have you ever played Fall Guys or no? Because Season 2 in Fall Guys just came out like a week or so ago. No, I've never played Fall Guys, but I did just get all the DLC for Goat Simulator. Just downloaded Halo 3 ODST, which I already had on Xbox 360, but now I have it on PC too. I got Bad Guys at School, and I got Chroma Squad, which is like a Power Rangers Super Sentai parody game. So I'll definitely be playing those on stream. Probably this upcoming week. I was gonna stream a lot last week, and then I just didn't do it because I was like, I don't feel like streaming. I feel like watching The Simpsons. So I watched The Simpsons a bunch instead. But now I'm in a good place to stream. So expect more streams this week. But they'll mostly be on Twitch though, not YouTube. They'll mostly be on Twitch because I'm going to be streaming games, and that's where I stream games, is on Twitch. I have enough content on YouTube. So yeah, on my Twitch, I'll definitely be streaming all the Goat Simulator DLC, because Goat Simulator is just such a fun game. All the DLC went on sale recently for like 99 cents each, and I was like, I can't pass that up. That's pretty insane. That's so pretty insane. My phone's gonna fucking die, and I have to leave soon. Is there a... Nope, no charger. Fuck. Any more questions? It's a Q&A after all. Mike Mignola does some good work. My charger's in my car, but it's a car charger. So when I bring it into houses, it doesn't work well. So it'll like just keep my phone at this percent, and it won't charge it. Because this is not my house. Remember, I make a living house and dog sitting these days, so this is not my home. I just have good internet and privacy here, which is good for streaming. But I gotta leave in like 47. No, that's stupid. I gotta leave in like 17 minutes anyways. This was just a short stream to distract me from how much I hate my life and myself. How long since you've been away from your regular house you live? Okay, that's not a sentence, but okay. How long have I been away from my house? I wasn't at my house all last week. All last week I wasn't at my house. And then all this next week I'm not going to be at my house. So it'll be 2 weeks without being at my house because I'm house sitting for multiple people. So I'm running around between houses. And then there are lots of people that are like, oh, I want you to stay the night with my dog. So I got to stay the night with some of the dogs. So I've basically only gone home to change clothes and take care of my cat. My parents take care of her. My parents take care of her when because lots of people are having their fall break now, which is one reason there's a lot of houses, and also Columbus Day. People are doing stuff for Columbus Day. So I'm house sitting a lot right now because of those things. So I have multiple houses at once. When I have multiple houses at once and I can't really be home a lot, my parents take care of my cat, but they refuse to change her litter box. They will not do it. One time I went to the beach for a week and they didn't touch the litter box once. And they were like, the litter box is dirty. And I was like, yeah, of course it's dirty, because I was gone on vacation for a week and you guys didn't clean it. That's why it's dirty. When you agree to take care of my pet, you're supposed to take care of my pet. Whatever. There's no God anyways. Any more questions? Just watch street racing and Karen videos. Recently, I've mostly been watching Seth Skorkowski videos and The Simpsons. Those are like the only two things I've been watching recently. The Simpsons on Disney Plus, because I'm trying to finish The Simpsons before the year is over. I'm on season like 26, I think, and we're currently on season 32. So the first 31 seasons are all on Disney Plus. I'm trying to finish them. And then season 32, the first 2 episodes of it are up on Hulu, because Hulu is also owned by Disney, who owns Fox, who owns The Simpsons. So that's one way Disney Plus. That's one way Disney tries to get you to buy Plus and Hulu, is they put all The Simpsons on. They put all the full seasons on Disney Plus, and then while the season is airing, they put it on Hulu. Trick you, make you buy both. But it's almost like there's actually a really good bundle deal for Hulu and Disney Plus, which I do recommend, because I really like Hulu, and I also actually like Disney Plus a good bit too. Yeah, I love The Simpsons. I'm really late into the show, and I still think it's funny. Is it as funny as it used to be? No, it's not as funny as it used to be. But I think it's still a funny show. The last episode I saw that I just really didn't like was the Lady Gaga episode a few seasons ago from where I'm at. It was just stupid. And then there's also another stupid episode that I just watched. That are late seasons episodes. One where they got abducted by aliens at Disney. That one was really fucking stupid. That one was definitely like an out of ideas episode. But can you blame them for being out of ideas? They've been on the air for over 30 years. Like the longest running show. I'd be out of ideas too. Fuck. I've only been doing Godzilla and Gigan like 10 years, and I'm already fucking out of ideas for that. Kill God. Any more questions? Anyone seen that new Jurassic World show on Netflix? I keep seeing ads for it because they're fucking targeted at me, because I'm always looking at dinosaur and monster stuff. I've never been a Paul Walker fan, and I didn't know who he was until he was dead. I didn't even know who Paul Walker was until he was dead. Because Fast and the Furious is a shitty franchise, and that's what he's known for. And I've never been able to finish a Fast and the Furious movie because they all suck ass. I hear a stink bug flying around. Where I live, like, stink bugs are fucking everywhere. There's one right on the ceiling above me, a big old stink bug. Hey, stink bug. God, they get everywhere. How do you do it, stink bug? How? I must know how you survive so well. Because I'm shitty at it. Very shitty at it. All right, but I'm about to leave soon. I mean, there are 2 other people on this stream. And the rest of you have any questions? It's a Q&A after all. I don't know why you'd join a Q&A stream if you didn't have any questions. This is the thickest goatee I've ever grown. I like it thin up here and thick down here. Just like my tits and balls. Flocka. No one? Nothing? Just listening in podcast form. That's fine too. Biafra. Whatever that means. Nice to have you on the stream, anyways. Nice to have you on the stream, anyways. I never join on a stream. Me personally, I just never get on a stream that I don't want to be really active in. Because, like, my friend D Legend was streaming some Dragon Ball Super fighting game on Twitch recently, and I was just spamming the chat with atheist propaganda. A big fan of Big Boy Chungus. Big Boy Chungus doesn't have fucking fans. All right, I'll tell him that when we play Descent into Avernus Sunday. I'll tell him when we play Sunday. Yeah. Like, do you listen to the Tabletop Recap podcast? Is that where you know Big Boy Chungus from? It's okay, GG1954. I had to do a bunch of homework today as well. Okay, listen to Tabletop Recap. Yeah, so even though we're recording a new episode of D&D Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus Sunday, it's not going to be up until like December because we recorded a bunch of regular board game episodes as well. So it won't go up for a while. But I'm kind of, December. Get it. There will be episodes, just not Dungeons and Dragons episodes. There's still going to be an episode every week. right? I'll even tell you what's here. I'll even tell you what we have coming up. Here's a exclusive sneak peek. So every Saturday, 6 a.m., these are the next ones coming out. Dungeons and Dragons Miniatures Game Review, King of New York Review, D&D The Theocracy Full Campaign, Trivial Pursuit Power Rangers 20th Anniversary Edition Review, Star Trek Seen It Review, D&D The Sunless Citadel Full Campaign, the Best of TV and Movies Trivia Game Review, and then the Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty box set review. And that takes us all the way through. And that last episode comes out November 28th, 6 a.m. So yeah, the Descend into Avernus, the next Descend into Avernus episode will be the first one in December. Because remember we had that unplanned hiatus recently, like the podcast went away for a little while. That was because everyone got new jobs and a bunch of people moved and all this stuff happened. My computer stopped working. Like a bunch of stuff just happened right at once. And so we just kind of went off the air for a little while just because we couldn't record any episodes. And then when we got back, Big Boy Chungus and I, when we got back together, we were like, okay, so we can't let that happen again. We have to record a bunch of episodes so we don't run out so easily, because we were never ever more than like 2 weeks ahead at a time on podcast episodes. So if something happens, then you just run out of episodes immediately and you have an unplanned hiatus. So now we're trying to keep several episodes scheduled so that there's no more unplanned hiatuses and you always have content. Yeah. So there won't be a Descend into Avernus episode until December, but there's going to be an episode every week. Yeah, Batman delayed until 2022. That's fine. I don't have any problem with that, to be completely honest. And I also expected it. So honestly, I think Tabletop Recap is an underrated podcast. I wish more people knew about it. Not lying when I say I enjoy it. I've listened to all eps, I think. Thank you. It's like my favorite thing to make right now. I'm dead serious, because right now, like, I know I do a lot of comic book and action figure videos, but you'll notice I have not been uploading a lot of videos onto this channel because I haven't been reading as many comics or buying as many action figures, because my hobby money has been going into tabletop gaming. Oh, something just went up my nose. So yeah, I've just been tabletop gaming. Yeah, we just added a new person to, because something just went up my nose, dude. So yeah, because I'm in those two different tabletop gaming groups. I'm in the group with Karen and Kami, and then I'm in the group with G, Connor, and D Legend. But we just added a female member to that group, Keo Cat, and her first time playing is going to be Sunday. She's playing a lawful good tabaxi druid. So that's good. Lawful good tabaxi druid. And I'm still, all right, I can tell you guys this because I don't think anyone in the group is listening, but I am kind of co-DMing, and I'm also going to be playing some of the NPCs, like this red Abishai that's going to appear. So some of the NPCs will basically just be player characters for me. So that's that. And I'm also helping Big Boy Chungus, because not only is Big Boy Chungus a new player still, but he's also a new DM. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 11 years. Big Boy Chungus has been playing for 1 year, and he's barely played at all because our original group barely ever meets, because half of them are married to each other, and they have very demanding families. Like, I didn't say this, but Kami and Karen both have the type of parents that like demand they come see them on the weekends. so we barely ever get to play with them. Yeah, that's honestly how I found you. Not really into Godzilla or Toku, but I love your talks on tabletop games. Thanks. You've probably, did you find us on YouTube or like Spotify or something? Because if you found us on YouTube, I also do a lot of tabletop gaming videos on the second channel. So if you're not subscribed to the second channel, Anchor. Okay, good. Good. Because I actually have a second channel. This is the main channel, but I have a second channel, which I ironically upload more content to, because a lot of the content on the second channel is tabletop gaming stuff. We do like unboxings of miniatures, pack opening videos for trading cards and stuff like that. And I also upload a video version of Tabletop Recap there. But when I say video version, I just mean like it's the Tabletop Recap logo, but it's still just audio. But the ones, when I upload Tabletop Recap to YouTube, I make sure to do it a few days after the episode's already out on Spotify and stuff, because I would prefer people listen on like Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, etc., because those platforms are the ones I make money off of, and I don't make a cent off YouTube, but I make money off the actual podcasting platforms. Anchor wanted me to do a bunch of political ads, but I didn't want to do any stupid ass political ads, so I didn't do it. So I still only have Anchor as a sponsor. Anchor's a pretty damn good website and app, I gotta admit. I really do like Anchor. It's so easy to use. Yeah, you just get yourself Anchor and Audacity, and you got yourself a podcast, basically. Yeah, Tabletop Recap is like my favorite thing to make right now. On October, season 5 of the Eric Andre show is happening. Yeah. I think it's on the 13th, maybe? The 12th? Maybe it premieres. I think it might premiere very soon. Eric Andre is one of my favorite comedians. And I could watch his show all day. He's so funny. I cannot wait for season 5 of the Eric Andre show. Usually, like, I kind of stopped staying up late to watch Adult Swim. I used to stay up late to watch Adult Swim like every night, but then I got old. No. Yeah, then it became harder to stay up that late. So now I usually don't watch TV at all. Everything I watch is pretty much on my phone because I have no real internet at home. So whenever I want to watch something, I have to like sit outside because I don't have any signal. I have to sit outside and watch it on my phone. I will take that as a compliment, Eric Andre tendencies. That'd probably be an insult to most people, but it's a compliment to me. I'm down with that. For sure. In fact, I want you to fuck my wife. When Eric Andre said that to Alex Jones, I fucking lost it. Oh, that's a great video. God. Time for some ranch. Yeah, I love me some Eric Andre. They should have the Eric Andre show, the tabletop game. I'd fucking get into that. There are actually a bunch of games I want to get into for Tabletop Recap. I actually have a huge Amazon wish list of stuff that I want to get for Tabletop Recap. Because, like, I'll play a game that I normally wouldn't play just to make a Tabletop Recap episode on it, which I've actually already done. I played, like, a generic movie trivia game that someone got me as a gift once. And I was like, I don't really play games like this, but it was a gift, and I kept it for years, and then I got the podcast, and I was like, I might as well record an episode of this for the podcast. And then I actually really ended up enjoying the game. Big Boy Chungus and I played it, and we had a lot of fun. And he beat me every time, though, because growing up, I didn't have television because I live out in the rural bum-ass nowhere on a farm. So, like, I had 3 television channels growing up. I didn't have satellite or cable. So I had, like, 3 public access channels, and that was, like, it. And that was all. But, yeah, lots of the games, like the My Hero Academia card game, the MLP Tales of Equestria TTRPG, the Legendary Encounters Alien deck building game, Alien Bug Hunt, Vampire the Masquerade, Hollow Earth Expedition, Uno, Pitch Storm, Super Fight, Jurassic Park Danger, Horrified, Scooby-Doo, Betrayal at the Mystery Mansion. I've known Chungus since childhood, yes. Arkham Horror, Rick and Morty, Look Who's Purging Now, Mr. Meeseek's Box O Fun, the Morty Zone dice game, every Rick and Morty tabletop game I want. Rick and Morty deck building game, Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, Rick and Morty Clue, Rick and Morty the Pickle Rick game, Rick and Morty Anatomy Park game, Rick and Morty the Rick Shank Redemption, Munchkin Rick and Morty. I love Munchkin, so I have to have Munchkin Rick and Morty. And Munchkin Axe Cop. We've talked about Munchkin Axe Cop on the show multiple times. I have to get a copy of Munchkin Axe Cop because I don't talk to the person that had the copy we used to play with. Batman, Gotham City Under Siege, Star Trek Chrono Trek, Star Trek 5-Year Mission, the Star Trek Adventures TTRPG, the Alien TTRPG, Monster of the Week TTRPG, Fallout Wasteland Warfare, which is a miniatures game that can be turned into a TTRPG. Yeah, Munchkin Rick and Morty. Dude, that's close to the top of my list. I want to get all the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid expansions along with the game for that. So that's really cool. When the Power Rangers deck building game and Power Rangers TTRPG come out, I'll be so excited. The Power Rangers TTRPG is going to become my main system when it comes out. Dead serious. Ah, man, there's a bunch of Star Wars miniatures stuff I want because that's one of my favorite tabletop games. Some Pathfinder maps and some Magic the Gathering cards. I want to get the Ikoria Magic the Gathering stuff because it's all kaiju based. Big kaiju guy. Speaking of kaiju, there are a bunch of kaiju tabletop games I need. Attack of the Kaiju, Kaiju Crush, Godzilla Tokyo Clash, Godzilla Kaiju World Wars, Godzilla Extreme Jenga, Doom, the board game, Dungeons and Dragons Attack Wing game, and some of the expansions for that. There's some Call of Cthulhu stuff I want. We're going to be playing a lot more Call of Cthulhu in the future because I wrote an episodic rural modern day Call of Cthulhu campaign. I'm also going to get all the booster boxes for the Power Rangers action card game that I haven't gotten already. And then there are a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder miniatures that I want painted and unpainted. There's also the Dungeons and Doggos and Cats and Catacombs sets where you can like play as dogs and cats in Dungeons and Dragons. That's pretty fun. I definitely want to run a campaign. I had this great campaign idea for Dungeons and Doggos and Cats and Catacombs where like everyone plays as a dog or cat in a village where all of their owners disappeared, so they like have to go questing to find their owners. It's like Homeward Bound, kind of like a reverse. Yeah, you know what? It's just like Homeward Bound, actually. Yeah, basically a Homeward Bound campaign. Have you ever collected any action figures from One Punch Man? No, I know there's several from Japan, and then McFarlane did one. And I like One Punch Man a lot, but I don't feel any need to collect it. I don't really collect anime stuff. The only real anime stuff I collect is Pokemon, and I don't really even collect Pokemon action figures anymore. Hell, I don't even remember the last time I bought a pack of Pokemon cards. I guess Pokemon video games are all I'm really... You know what? I guess I don't collect any anime stuff, actually. Flocka. Yeah, so I don't really collect anime stuff. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I just collect more of the live-action Japanese stuff, like Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Godzilla, etc. New Godzilla anime coming out, though. Looks pretty cool. I'm down for that. I've been wanting a Godzilla anime show forever. Are there Biafra, are there any games that you really like that you would want to see us play? I think we're gonna do whatever that stupid fucking meme game is. There's some fucking meme game that Kami and Karen have, and then they also have and Big Boy Chungus have different editions of Settlers of Catan. So the four of us are going to do a Settlers of Catan episode at some point because Kami and Karen did express that they absolutely want to be in the Settlers episode. We're going to do an episode just on several games that you can play with a 52 card deck. I'm going to do a whole episode on different games you can play with that, like BS and etc. Bridge, I don't know. I kind of want to get into miniature painting, but it's kind of an expensive hobby, and I need a new job before I can do that. My job of house and dog sitting is doing okay for me right now, but what I really need is like just some office job that gives me benefits and shit. Honestly, you guys seem to know more games than I probably know. I've heard you even have a podcast on blackjack, I believe. Just whatever variety you can talk about is cool. No, we didn't do an episode where we talk about blackjack. I would. We have done an episode on a gambling game before. We did an episode on Liar's Dice, which is a very fun gambling game. Obviously, we can't legally gamble and play it, but I mean, it's still fun even if you aren't gambling because you still want to win either way. I mean, I don't gamble on King of Tokyo, but I still want to win it. But it wasn't blackjack. It was in the first Descent into Avernus episode, I believe. There was a dice game that was basically there was a dice game. I don't know if the dice game was blackjack, but it was like instead of cards, it was dice, but it was some real world gambling game. In Dungeons and Dragons, it's called Baldur's Bones, but I don't remember what card game it's based off of. You have to ask Big Boy Chungus. He cares more about D&D than me. To be honest, I'm kind of getting sick of Dungeons and Dragons. I was actually looking over the podcast yesterday, checking analytics and stuff, and half of our episodes are Dungeons and Dragons episodes. And even more than that, talk a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons, despite that not being the main theme of the episode. And I was like, too much Dungeons and Dragons. I need new games. I don't want it to turn into a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Because when it comes to nerdy stuff, high fantasy is like the lowest ranking thing for me. So I usually play characters that don't have a lot of magic or characters that do have magic and just don't use it. Because like Kabuto D and my Lizard Folk Paladin has magic. He just never uses it. Which is why he let that lady die. Because he wouldn't use magic on her. Yeah, I don't know when the next time. Kami and Karen just never have time to meet these days. So it's impossible to tell when their next session will be. I've been having sessions with Kami and Karen like once every 2 months. And I told them yesterday, I was talking to them yesterday in a group chat, and I was like, guys, we can't sustain a 1 to 20 campaign on 6 sessions a year. We can't do it. So I'm trying to get them to switch to Call of Cthulhu for a while until everyone can get their schedules together, including me. What about D Legend? I've heard of him recently, but he's never been on. That's because D Legend usually has to leave right away. He is the caretaker for his grandmother, so he can't stay and play games that long. He works like 2 jobs. And he takes care of his grandmother. He has very little time to game. So he doesn't have any time to be on the podcast. Usually, as soon as we're done playing, he's out of there. Like he has to go home. But now that we've added KeoCat, who's our 4th player, so Big Boy Chungus DMing, me co-DMing and playing NPCs, and coaching other people, teaching them how to play, basically. And then we also have G, KeoCat, Connor the Trading Card Goblin, and D Legend all playing. And we all voted on this thing that was like, hey, if we keep waiting for every person to be available, then we're never going to get to play. So now we have this new kind of rule for that group. If 3 players RSVP, then we're going to have the session. And if you can't come to the session, your character's just not going to be there. Basically, kind of how Adventure League does things, where they can just switch characters out and nobody cares. They're going to be doing it kind of like Adventure League in that sense. So you won't get experience if you're not there, but also someone won't play your character and maybe do something that you wouldn't want your character to do. So that's good. G did move, but he'll probably be in the next Descent into Avernus episode. G and Connor both moved hours away. They both got great new jobs. Big Boy Chungus actually got a great new job, but his was closer. I was offered a new job. I've been offered several new jobs, but none with a salary. No jobs with pay. They're like commission only. I'm not going to work a commission only job. No thanks. I'm not commuting 2 hours to work a commission only job. It's not going to happen. Do you like watching Bill and Ted? No. I think Bill and Ted is stupid. I don't like it. Yeah, they both got jobs. G's job is more like an internship. No, G's job is more like an apprenticeship, because G is in school, but every other semester, instead of doing school stuff, he just works, and that's like his college credit. He has Homer Simpson's job, so he gets paid pretty well, actually. He's going to start playing Warhammer, so we're going to have Warhammer episodes. Oh my God. Warhammer is like the most expensive tabletop game ever. So I told him I would play Warhammer with him, but he has to buy everything. Big Boy Chungus bought everything for Dungeons and Dragons. I bought everything for Call of Cthulhu. I bought everything for HeroClix. So now it's G's turn to buy everything. So he's gonna get a bunch of Warhammer stuff together and hopefully teach us how to play that. He's probably not watching, so I'm sure I can say this. G is actually Big Boy Chungus's brother, and G's birthday was this week. And tomorrow, Big Boy Chungus is going to give him his birthday present, which is a starter set for Warhammer. And I was talking to Big Boy Chungus on the phone today when we were planning stuff for our session Sunday, and he was like, G better like his present because it was super expensive. But yeah, everyone got a new job at the same time and all that stuff. It wasn't a secret. G being Big Boy Chungus's brother was never a secret. It just wasn't relevant. There's like no point in saying it. Okay, well, I actually have to go. I have to go I gotta go do stuff. House sitting and dog sitting, etc. I'm sitting multiple houses and pets right now, so I gotta go do some stuff, take care of some stuff. But that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I actually didn't think anyone would show up since this was just a short one. But thanks for showing up, Biafra. I actually really enjoyed talking to you. Always nice to have a new viewer. Keep, new episodes every Saturday at 6 a.m. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time.